Hello, my name is Michael. I'm a ranger here at Rock Creek Park, and today I'm going to show you how to make hardtack. It's a common Civil War food. It was basically hard bread, not what you think of, kind of like a cracker, but about a half-inch thick, very hard. It's very simple to make. All you really need is some flour and some water and an oven to cook it in. This stuff was typically made by bakers early in the war. It was found to be a good food to make for troops because troops were always on the move. If they had anything that wasn't really hard, it could break up in small pieces. They also couldn't use regular bread typically because it could spoil, it could get mushed, that kind of thing. This was a good option. So we're going to make some of this right now. We're going to make it here at the Nature Center. So we're going to add 2 cups of flour, about a cup of water. You only want to put in enough water to get your dough together. You don't want it to be real sticky on your hands. Should not be sticky. It's got to be very dry. It's one of the things that helps it to harden after we bake it. So I've actually put in a little bit less than a cup of water in the cup. So let's see how this works. Trying to make sure it doesn't stick to the hands. That's one of the things that you don't want. Okay, and another thing to think about too is we don't put any kind of yeast in this, so it's not something that's going to rise. You want it to stay flat and you want it to stay hard. Those are the 2 key elements to this. Okay, let me just get a little more flour on there. Still a little tacky. You don't really want that. Okay, now I'm going to bring it over here. Now there's a couple different methods you can use. One calls for flattening it out, folding it, and hammering it with a mallet, and doing that several times. Another one, you can simply use a rolling pin. That's the one we're going to use. And so I'll put it down here on the table. You want to try to make it square or rectangular, roughly anyways, and about a half-inch thick. Okay, that's about right. Now, as I said, we want this roughly square or rectangular. So what I'm going to do is cut off some edges here. You want them roughly 3 inches by 3 inches. So we'll just make a couple pieces here just to show you what we want to do. So there's a couple pieces, a little small one, but that's okay. We're going to take this device here. You notice there's 4 pegs. Those are going to make holes in the hardtack. It's similar to what you would find with a saltine. You want to make about 16 holes. Somewhat evenly spaced if you can. This one, like I said, this one here is a little small. We'll see how it works out. Now, these shouldn't go all the way through the hardtack, but it does give it some ability to let steam out. Now we're going to put it on our cookie sheet. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to take this, we're going to put it in a preheated oven. The oven will be at 375. We're going to cook it for about half an hour. Then we're going to turn them over and cook it for another half hour. So in all, about 375 degrees for about an hour. Once we're done, what we'll have is something like this. Again, hardtack, doesn't break, doesn't get crushed. You will have to do something before you eat this. One of the nicknames is teeth rattler. So that tells you a little something if you try to eat it just like it is. So we've preheated our oven to 375. We're now going to put our hardtack in the oven. We're going to let it cook. So we're going to take our hardtack out now. It's cooked at 375 for 1 hour, half an hour on each side. It won't break.